Going on, collective? You already know Easy in the house, Easy A. I want to thank my Heavenly Father, ancestors, archangels, and the all in all dimensions, universes, parallel timelines, past, present, future, into infinity. All that is, all that was, all that ever will be, and days to come. I thank them for the wisdom, the understanding, and the authority that has been placed in my hands to do God's will. Collective. God is great. God is real. God is love. God is truth. God is justice. Right now, a lot of us is being really thrown in the frying pan, throwing out the frying pan into the true fire. Because of the actions, the choices, the manipulations, the evil, the unhealedness in their lives, and that they cause in other people's lives. Nobody is exempt from what's going on. I'm not exempt, even though you might feel that way or see it that way, but I'm really not exempt. It's that I'm listening. I'm not perfect, but I'm following. Do I have perfect understanding of it? No, I don't. But I do have perfect understanding in God. And the reason why I have perfect understanding in God is because, like I said, I've been searching. And that's what everybody needs to do. And it's not just searching in religion, it's searching in all things, in life, period. All right? The lessons that's in the Bible, the teachers that's in the Bible, the guidance that's in the Bible, the prophecy in the Bible, it's all talking about each and every one of us. Your name might not be etched in it, but your name is etched in it. I need you to know that. My chosen. Like I said, all of us are chosen, but I'm talking to the chosen that's woken, that's willing to wake up, that's hearing the call of the divine. In agreement, like I already know, but I have the authority. In agreement with all y'all, with the little pieces of energy or absolute energy that y'all decide to give me. Not just y'all, but universal, universal. The all in all energies, timelines, but of nothing but high vibrations. With your help, with God divine, leadership, which I'm led, we break all altars around the world. All altars, evil, dark altars that will never be resurrected in those areas or ever in life again. Your demons will not feed no more. It is the ending. The higher vibrations, the ancestors, the ones that's in the back, in the unseen, behind the veil, through God and through me, voicing it down here in the third dimension, 3D dimension, and y'all up there in the 5th dimension. Y'all are charged to bind all these things, these demons. These demons are not allowed to interfere with God's plan anymore. We at new levels now. And we're going to be facing new devils. But fear not. Our God is with us. The chosen is here. And we are here to waking up a whole lot of other chosen. When I got in the scriptures and was reading about the 44,000, the 144,000. I kind of had a problem with it, but not really a problem with it, but like, damn, only out of billions of people that's on the planet, only 144,000 will get saved. You know, that scared me. And I'm not going to say confused me, but made me, you know, talk to God about that. You know, like, wow, none of us can escape sin, fully escape sin, because we live in this vessel, and this vessel is what you call is riddled with conforming to its primal form. But we are not primal. Our spirit is holy. And our spirit controls everything. But our mind, our heart, and our spirit have to work together at the same time, have the same understanding, work to the same cause. That's where the Holy Trinity comes in. In all religions, there's a Holy Trinity. And y'all can look this up for yourselves. I'm going to give you another jewel to help solidify the magic, the blessing, the abundance, the understanding that I'm trying to put out there with full intentions. Look into reactive abuse. The whole world is actually going through that. Ain't nobody on the planet that's not going through reactive abuse. Alright, I'm gonna hit y'all with a cartoon verse that a lot of people in my era, and I believe even, you know, the new generations, they still watching cartoons, you know, and the cartoon is called G.I. Joe. And at the end of each joint, there's somebody that says, knowing is half the battle. So, if you have no information, you closed off to knowledge, to all types of knowledge, you know nothing. So you cannot fight the battle that's around you, that's happening against you, for you, with you, but you know, consciously participating or not, because we all doing it. And that's why it says we are lost souls, because we are just walking around not knowing what we need to know or supposed to know. And very few, that's why they say chosen, very few actually tries to search, tries to, you know, have full understanding in whatever way they get their understanding. Because there's many pathways to the Lord, because all pathways is to the Lord. That's why I say learn all information is good information, because each time you get a little piece of this, you might not realize it then and there, right then and there, but somewhere down the line, you're going to see where all those pieces fit together. And when they do, they're going to give you a wild masterpiece. And you're going to be in awe, or should be in awe. Right? Think of the little paintings that you see, like, murals that you might have ran into, across the cities or states that you're in. Pardon me for digging in my nose. I shared itching just now. Crazy of you. Alright. Yeah, it's still itching. Alright. I believe you have seen like a bunch of little pictures, individual pictures, put together, surrounded by a lot of other, what you call individual pictures that made a big picture that had nothing to do with none of the little pictures, or had a big something to do, it brought out something even bigger concerning all those little things. That's how, some great minds work. But that greatness came from the Lord, as I just described. I didn't get it from the painter. I got it. I have seen those paintings. I was in awe of those paintings when, it's called perspective. The closer you are, you only see the little picture. But the more you step out, you see the big picture. And that's what God wants us to do. He wants us to stop being closed-minded, stop focusing on these little pictures, and step back and see the big picture. And how you do that is by believing in yourself, quieting yourself, talking to yourself, asking God the questions that you really have and expect an answer. Everything that was said in the Bible is true. If you believe with a grain of mustard seed that He say mountain be moved and that mountain shall be moved, it is so literal, and not literal at the same time. But it is. Yep. Everything good. Alright. So start your healing. How you start your healing is by starting to know yourself. Start knowing your true self. Start letting your true self out. Start correcting whatever the true self that's being shown that needs correction. That's called growth. And when you grow, you are reborn. Right? There's a lot of sayings and quotes that, we hear, we acknowledge, but don't fully grasp. As I was, here's one. As I was a child, I did childish things. As an adult, I've changed to do adult things. Alright? And just remember, even though you consider yourself as an adult or as an elder, you'll always be a child to the infinite. Whatever you learn, it might have worked for you for however long it worked for you. But once you start seeing it ain't working no more, it's time for a change. It's time for adapters, to adapt to it. Because if you don't adapt to it, you'll fuck around and be destroyed by it. Right? Even when you standing 10 toes down, to stand on 10 toes down is to be adaptable, to weigh out the situation from a higher perspective, to dissolve or dismantle the illusion, the true illusion, the illusion that we have placed on ourselves and allowed other people to place on us. What's going on, Poppy? I speak with authority that The world is changing. The world has changed because I'm in it, because the chosen is in it, because the light will forever be in it, and the light is forever stronger than the dark because the light outshadows the dark. The light brings what you call sheds the dark, where you make whatever's hiding in the shadows seen. So all you dark workers that's been in the shadows, how y'all doing? You have been brought to the light. And the only way you can escape the light is by transmuting yourself into light. So you might call me a monster, you might call me crazy, you might want to call me anything y'all want to call me, because, you know, that's y'all. You know, y'all want to put your projections on who you are on me. So have at it, because I don't give no F's about anybody's feelings except for my own. And it's not evil, because I don't wish y'all no evil. I don't claim to do y'all no evil. I wish y'all the best, as you can see. I'm giving y'all light. I'm giving y'all light to correct whatever y'all feel you need to be correct in your lives, because I don't know. Don't care. I have my own life to focus on, which I'm doing. And this is my life. My life is to deliver this. It might not be glorified. It might not be, glamorous, but it can be. It will be. Because I'm doing it out of love. I'm doing it out of obedience. I'm doing it out of faith that we can change what needs to be changed. And how I know we can change what we need to change, because it's foretold. It's in the Bible. It's in the Bible. It's in all our religions. It's in all our religions. It's in all the high vibration texts. All the creation stories. I know a lot of y'all looking at me like, yo, this guy's bugging, he's crazy. He just said that he crushes all altars all over the world, that they can never be brought back up in those places or any place ever. He charging the high vibrations above, that's higher than him, to bind darkness, to bind those same entities that's attacking his children, to starve them for eternity. Who do he think he is? I don't think I'm nobody. I know I'm everything. Know that you everything. Know that when you be your true self and strive to be your higher self, to change the wrongs, to change your ideology, your, always being open to growth, because whatever you know that's been working for you might be wrong. You might know it to be one way, which has truth in it, but it has many other truths to it too. That's what I mean if you could step out and see the big picture, because a bunch of little pictures lead to the big picture, and whatever that was working for you and it's absolutely truth, there's another level to that will be open to you when you fully understand that level that you're in. And this is where these lessons come in, and the lessons are everything. The lessons is your interactions with every individual that you ever contact with, every animal that you contact with, every, you know, your surroundings, your intentions, your, you know, your being. That's what it is. You need to start being instead of trying to be seen. And by being, truly being, with no guilt, no weight, nothing weighing you down, nothing trapping you. Because everything is a trap to a certain extent. Because you could get caught up in stuff, you know. Things become a habit, things become, you know, routine. And when you become comfortable with a routine, it's kind of hard to break because you know it. And when you break in a routine, you're trying to set a new routine that is not really familiar to you. So there's a, a resistance to it. There's you could say a fear. I wouldn't say fear, but we're going to put it in that category because, you know, anything that you don't want to do or that you don't understand or you haven't experienced or already have a negative presumption on something, we run from it, we deny it, and it's to our growth. How can you not like something if you never checked it out? How can you not like something if you never tasted it? How can you know? And just because you don't like something, don't mean you can't do it. You know how many people that wouldn't eat certain things, that wasn't raised on certain things, that got thrown in a totally different environment, that they couldn't, you know, sustain themselves the way they would normally sustain themselves because they in a totally different area, totally different food chain scenario where, you wouldn't have chickens, you wouldn't have beef, you have all other type of animals, all type of other delicacies and stuff, with stuff that you're not used to. Would you actually starve yourself or allow yourself to starve? Or you eventually will start trying stuff to sustain yourself. And little by little, you'll find stuff that you do like. And the stuff that you didn't like, if you did taste it, and for some reason you had no other choice, do it long enough, you'll start liking it. You'll start acquiring that taste. You'll start looking forward to that meal that you actually had despised or wouldn't ever had wanted to even taste it because of whatever you presumed or what it was. And this is just for instance, this is just one example of many different things that you could apply that same thing to. Like I said, I know who I am. I said in other videos that I am Solomon. And that wasn't no lie. I still control demons. I might not have my ring that so-called allowed me to do that, but they know who I am. The 5D know who I am. The 6D know who I am. The 9th and so on. All of the realms know who I am. All the levels know who I am. Like I know who all of them are. So that's why I speak how I speak. All right, what's going on, big bro? That's how I speak how I speak and do how I do. And know that whatever I do or whatever I say as shattering all altars to the demons that, been worshipped, that's been catering to the destruction of the divine. And truth and full faith that it will be done, that it is done, that it was done before I even said it. Because this is prophecy. So, I leave y'all with love. I leave y'all with intention. I leave y'all with thought space. I leave y'all with truth. Enjoy whatever day it is for y'all. Enjoy the blessedness of it. And know that you are blessed because you heard these words coming from yours truly.